Rise and grind, McAlester. Welcome to Harbor Mountain Coffee House at 224 South 3rd Street in McAlester. Come have a cup of joe with us and enjoy the show. You're tuned into Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, Reagan Auto, the PC Landing Zone, Bank First, and Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester. Live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, as well as video streaming on YouTube. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, and tomorrow night the McAlester Buffaloes load up the bus and travel north to T-Town to take on the East Central Cardinals. Now, with all that said, let's welcome the head coach of the McAlester Buffaloes, Forrest Mazey.
Back again.
Back again, and hey, the Buffs are outscoring district opponents by a score of 95-6. What do you think about the win last week?
Good start. You know, like I said, I think it's what we needed to do against an Edison team that on film provided some problems, but on the field, proved otherwise. But our preparation was really good, and our practice was really good all week, and kids executed at a high level. You know, I think the one drive we had where I didn't think it's not that we didn't execute well. They had a 15-yard penalty on a play, and then we didn't have bad coverage and throws it up, and like I said, just sometimes just doesn't fall your way. But you can't, to an extent, we had also had a drop pick on that drive. So with all that, could have had a shutout as well.
One thing I love about your mindset and the Buffaloes' mindset is that when we interviewed you in the postgame show and Philip came to you, it wasn't as much talking about the win. It was more, man, I hated that one drive we gave up the touchdown.
Right.
And that's a winner's mentality. And didn't you think that's what's kind of helped you guys to get to where you are today in the program that you've set over the last 6 years?
Yeah, I think so. You never be complacent, never be happy, almost to an extent. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say that because you love the success we've had. Thank you. You love the success that the program's had and these kids, through 6 years have had. But man, you're a friend of mine, me and a coaching friend of mine talk, and it's like you can never really enjoy it if you want to be great. You can't enjoy it until it's at the end and it's over, and then you look back and then you can reflect. And then you're still going, what did you do here that you could have done better?
Right.
So it's such a double-edged sword. You love it, but then, like I told the kids the other day, I think after the practice huddles, winning should be the normal in our program right now. That's the normal feeling, and when you lose or do poor, that should be the blaring feeling that you feel is, man, we could have done better.
Right.
And so I think it's a testament to what these coaches and kids have really – it's just the investment in the program. I think that's the biggest thing. So when you invest that much, it does hurt to make mistakes.
So let's dive in with the obvious. Kaysen had a career game, and he did it only in half. 12 for 14, 253 yards, 5 touchdowns to 5 different receivers.
Yep.
What do you think of his game, and how do you feel about his progression at quarterback now to the halfway point?
What I told him, he's got to get better. Just get better every week, and everything will fall into place. Control the tempo of the game, manage the game, and get better every week. And like I said, obviously our O-line and D-line control the game, but obviously it's going to go through his hands a little bit. So I think he's progressed very well. He's done everything we've asked him to do. He's coached very, very hard, to the extreme almost. Just because on top of being a quarterback, you're also my son.
Yeah.
So I sometimes I have to really think about that, but it's hard,
Right.
because you still want the success of the program.
Absolutely. So another player that continues to just impress is Cleveland Williamson.
Yeah.
In 3 out of 5 games this year, he's caught a touchdown pass, and he's also grabbed an interception. I don't know how many people can have done that in
Right.
high school football this year. But also, Chaz Bradley had a possible interception record 2 years ago with 8 picks in 14 games. He's got 5 in 5.
Right.
Talk about a good half of the year.
Yeah. He's, like I said, I watched Kaysen in Cleveland play at 7-on-7, in Durant, with the C4 team, and go down to Dallas and do some things. So I think they're progressing along with the work they've put in. I think that's a testament to those young men and what the extra that they are able to do along with what we do. It's not, they don't cut corners. They've done a good job of wanting to be better and putting them in positions to be successful.
So we also saw sophomore Devion Bickham had a career game himself. He was a leading receiver last week. What do you think about his progression, the sophomore's progression
got all
at wide
the tools.
receiver?
Like I said, I think our sophomore class is one of them classes that's got a lot of talent, and they're just raw athleticism, and then they're going to get better every week with experience. So like he's progressing like we want him to, getting a little bit better every day. Like I said, that's just our mantra right now, is just get better every day. Find a way to get better in something every single day, and I think it'll all work out.
So Warner Hook Eels, Alan Wadsworth, Tom Redding, Brian Pratt, Forrest Mazey. The only McAlester Buffalo coaches in its 114-year history to have 50 wins as a McAlester Buffalo head coach. What does being linked to those great coaches mean to you now?
I just think I can't take all the credit for that. I think the credit goes to those kids and then really the community and my assistant coaches. And, obviously you're only allotted so much money from a school because of, they're handcuffed on what they can give a football program or an athletic program. So our community raises a ton of money for these kids, and our kids raise a ton of money. Our kids put in such a hard amount of work, and so do our coaches. Like I said, we're up there 7 days a week a lot of times, or we're working for sure 7 days a week. I mean, luckily technology allows us to do a lot of Saturday stuff at home. But then we're up there Sunday, until we get it done. And so, like I said, it's to be in that realm. Those are really good football coaches, and it humbles me a little bit to think about that. And, I talk to Tom a little bit sometimes when I see him at clinic, knowing no history he had here. I see Coach Wads running around the track sometimes. Obviously Coach Eels has passed away, and then Brian's over in Arkansas. I had the relationship with him when he was here, scrimmaged him when I was at Poto, when he was at Bentonville West. So, I mean, I know what kind of football coaches those are, and to be mentioned that in one program and a historic program to that, it's very humbling.
All right, so our last two questions, Scout Team Player of the Week and Lineman of the Week.
Scout Team Player of the Week was Gavin Brumley and Langston Uyghur, and then the O-Lineman of the Week was Pudge, wasn't it? Yeah, Landon Pingleton.
And with that, we'll sneak aside for our first time out. This is Coffee with the Coach inside of Harbor Mountain Coffee House. We'll be back with player interviews after a quick word from our sponsors.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Nothing's working!
Wait! We're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, VoIP phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes. From all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
For those on radio, there was your Buffalo drive of the game, and their 60-6 win over the Edison Eagles. There were a lot of really short drives, but this one began with 4:47 left in the first quarter, covered 79 yards on 8 plays in 4 minutes and 14 seconds, and ended with another 1-yard touchdown run by senior Braden Bumpus. 2 consecutive drives of the game that ended in the same result. Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester. This year's show is brought to you by Reagan Auto, the PC Landing Zone, Bank First, Patriot Chrysler Dodge, Jeep and Ram of McAlester, and Taney Hill Furniture and Mattress. We've got Buffalo seniors Brandon Douglas and Nemo Missiontubby with us this morning. Welcome to the show, guys.
How's it going?
Going great. First time on the show for y'all. I know that we got to speak with you a little bit before the show began, but we always started off with an icebreaker to kind of get your feet wet. What is your favorite classic song, movie, or both, if you have a favorite of both? I'm about to feel really old. I know it's going to be something. I know it's going to be something probably from when I was in high school, probably.
Man, I'm not really a classic guy, but
Doesn't not classical music, just an older song or an older movie.
You know, I know High School Musical is not like old, but that's pretty High School Musical.
Do you have a favorite song from High School Musical then?
Nah, I don't know. It's that baseball one.
Oh, you know what's sad? I know it.
forgot.
I know it. It's the I Don't Dance or whatever.
Yeah.
I know that. Man, so I was big into, I've always been big into baseball. So, like, when that song came out and I was, like, in junior high, and I was like, I got to see Albert Pujols. Like, he was in, like, a music video with it for the official music video. I still remember that. That's sad. All right, now we go over to Brandon.
I'll have to go with Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, so let's go into football here. Y'all are 2 members of the Black Death defense that have just been lights out this season. I mean, being senior leaders on this team, what's the collective mindset of the Black Death defense when you guys step out on the field, you see the offense right across from you, and you know they're not getting across this goal line?
Run through their face. That's pretty much it, man. Run through their face, man. Just a bunch of intensity. That's really it's really the mindset it takes to play on Black Death defense at McAlester.
Nemo?
Just wanna run every rep. Just be aggressive, intensity. Yeah, that's about it. Just really aggressive, really hard, play really hard.
Okay, so you guys are both on the defensive line here. So a question going into the season was the defensive line, not because of y'all, but because of the experience that you guys graduated from last year. But as the season has gone on, you guys have just been locked down. You clogged up every gap. You've been able to allow your linebackers to come in, or you guys make the tackle yourselves. How does it feel to be senior leaders on this defensive line, and how do you feel about how the group has done through the halfway point?
I think we've done pretty good. I think we play our gaps right, play our role right, let our linebackers come in, make the plays, or we make the plays. I think we've been doing really good at it.
Honestly, hold on, repeat that question one more time.
Oh, just how does it feel to be senior leaders on this unit, and how do you feel like you guys have done halfway through the year? Just in your words.
I think we've done very well. We've been playing very sound and really good football. That's pretty much it.
Because I can brag on y'all like all year long, but I want to hear from you guys. So as you guys now reflect in your senior year, who are some role models that have helped you get to where you are today?
Role models. Well,
or people you've looked up to?
I really look up to like Pfeiffer and Will. Those are like they really push us really hard, and they're really great players, and I enjoy playing with them, and they're really good.
Yeah, Pfeiffer and Will too. Yeah, them two. I like to look up to them too. They bring the intensity every hit. Honestly, Drayton too. They all bring the intensity, the fire, the flame to the Black Death defense. You know, and they literally keep us going for real.
So they kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
They make so you call them like excellent leaders, even though I mean you guys are seniors as well. They've been the ones to be able to from the linebacker crew. You guys just kind of feed off that a little bit.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
Yes, sir.
Now, as seniors, any plans after graduation yet?
Me, I'm not really sure yet. I was thinking about maybe doing cheer or something, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do after high school.
At the current moment, think about joining the Navy.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yes, sir. My uncle was in the Navy, so
Thank you.
I've had my entire family. I've had a couple of Army members, one Navy, so you can imagine how family dinners were like when Army and Navy would get together there. And so last one, always a fun one here. What fictional character would you want to be your sidekick?
Probably Batman.
So you want Batman to be the sidekick?
Batman's my sidekick, yeah.
Forget about Robin. Give me Batman. Okay.
Give me Superman.
Man, y'all are picking the big guns for the sidekicks. I like it. Anyway, thank you guys, and good luck against East Central.
Thank you.
There was Nemo Missiontubby and Brandon Douglas with us this morning on Coffee with the Coach. Don't go anywhere. We're going to speak on East Central next. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, VoIP phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes. From all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, Reagan Auto, Bank First, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, and the PC Landing Zone. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, at Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester, live alongside McAlester Buffalo head coach Forrest Mazey. Tomorrow night, the Buffaloes take a bus trip to the East Side Sports Complex to take on the Tulsa East Central Cardinals. The Buffaloes lead the series 10-6 going back to 1994. 5 of the Cardinals' 6 wins in the series were in a row from 2002 to 2012. McAlester hasn't lost to the Cardinals since 2012, currently riding a 7-game win streak over East Central. Coach Mazey, it's time for another Guess That Play presented by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress.
All right.
So you thought it was 2021 at first, and then you thought it was 2023. It's actually 2022. So right in between those 2 years.
Was it a home game?
It was a home game.
Okay.
And the reason why I picked this one at first was because the 60 points you put up last Friday, the last time that you put up 60 points was against East Central back in 2022.
Gotcha.
So the game was 61-7. Buffs were leading. It's the fourth quarter. Buffaloes had the ball, 3rd down and goal from the 5.
Going south or north?
Going south. Ball is favoring the right hash, going away from the scoreboard. 4:22 left to go in the game. Again, it was 61-7.
Right hash. So the young kids are in.
Young kids are in.
That might have been Kaysen throwing to Cleveland.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
All right, let's check it out on YouTube. And sure enough, there's Kaysen rolling out to the right and finding Cleveland Williamson. The first time that those two paired together for a touchdown throw back in their freshman years. Excellent answer.
Yep.
I thought it would be kind of easy when I gave away the score.
Memorable a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
So it wasn't Kaysen's first touchdown throw.
Second.
It was his second, but the first one to Cleveland Williamson. So thought that would have been pretty memorable just to go to and pretty easy, I guess, once you know the score. Again, that was Guess Set Play presented by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress. So now you're at the halfway point, 4-1. What do you think about your team compared to where you guys were in week 0?
I think we're exponentially better in places. I would say that we're getting experience where we didn't have it, getting some confidence, and need another big win this week. Like I said, I think if this team just continues to get better, it will be fine.
And you're speaking on the game now tomorrow. New coach for East Central with Coach Jimerson taking the helm. What do you think about his team in 2024?
Obviously, a lot better. They got they were one of the only Tulsa publics that I thought kind of benefited from the transferring stuff. You kept seeing people transferring. You see Bigsby, and for every Bigsby and Jinx kid, for every 2 Bigsby and Jinx kids, there would be in the OK Preps, Twitter, there'd be a East Central kid. At first, I thought it was Collinsville, but you start reading it, and it's East Central.
Same logo, yeah.
Right, and so I think they've done a really good job of getting kids excited about where they want to go. I mean, obviously, they haven't got there yet, but they provide some problems. They've got some move-ins, and quarterback came from Dewey, of all places, I mean, so like I said, they got some ideas that they want to be good, and they've got some kids that can do some things, but they just haven't translated it fully yet. Like I said, from 20 to 20, man, they're really good. They go up and down the field on people, and then find a way to make mistakes. So they don't have that discipline just yet that they're wanting to have, but they do some good stuff that provide some issues.
And pretty good coach at the helm, Coach Jimerson.
Yeah, over 100 wins at Booker T. Yeah, I mean, his record at Booker T was astonishing, 100 plus, and I think very, very few losses. So he knows what he's doing, clearly. And then he went to Texas and did it for a while, until this year was been in Texas as AD head football coach, and that's hard to coach down there. I know what the expectations are down there with winning, so obviously he's done a good job.
All right, kickoff at 7 p.m. tomorrow night in T-Town. We're going to take one final break. Coming up next from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street, McAlester, we'll have one final break with head coach Forrest Mazey, reading some of your questions. Don't go anywhere. You're on KNED.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Nothing's working!
Wait! We're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, VoIP phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes. From all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, Bank First, Patriot, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of McAlester, the PC Landing Zone, and Reagan Auto. Let's take a quick look at the broadcast schedule this week, beginning with the one we've been talking about, as the McAlester Buffaloes hit the road for a game against the East Central Cardinals here on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, and the KNED app. Kickoff at 7 with the pregame show set for 6:15, radio only, and video streaming near kickoff at McAlsterRadio.com. With Oklahoma State and Tulsa both on bye, we have only one game on McAlester Radio Saturday, but it is the biggest game of the year. It's the 18th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners and the top-ranked Texas Longhorns in the Cotton Bowl for the Red River rivalry. That game can be heard on this station, KNED, with kickoff at 2:30, pregame show set for 11:30. Now, with all that said, we have head coach Forrest Mazey with our final segment this morning, reading off your fan questions. If you ever have one, DM us on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio or message us on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. Coach Mo is back this week. He asks, if you had to make a TV character or a coach on your staff, who would you choose and what position?
Oh, make him a cartoon character?
Just a TV character. It doesn't have to be cartoon. Can be cartoon, but doesn't have to be, it looks like. You just said TV character.
I think Coach Keith would be a good TV character. I really do. He's got good knowledge. He does some... he's pretty funny. I mean, it would be a pretty comical deal, and he really doesn't care what people think.
Well, that's a great answer. I think he said, which TV character would you make a coach on your staff?
Oh.
But now that we know Coach Keith would make a pretty good cartoon character.
A TV character?
A TV character to make a coach is what it looks like. If you had to make a TV character a coach.
Okay, so I would probably pick... oh, man. Let me think about this. This is a pretty hard one. I'm trying to think who I would have play this coach. I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't know because I'm not big on. I haven't watched so much TV in a long time. I don't know characters.
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe Bugs Bunny.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It'd be hard. It's just a hard. It's a hard question.
It's a hard question.
I'm going to have to leave that one unanswered. Sorry, guy.
That one's going to be unanswered. Mo's been a recurring character this week for Coffee
I apologize.
Now, Patty asked on Facebook, what is your favorite roller coaster / fair ride?
Man, I'm a Texas Giant fan, but the old one. I want to get beat to death.
You want to make sure that you have whiplash.
I want the – yeah, I do.
Whiplash.
You know, and another one that was really fun – it was dark. It was Silver Dollar City, and it was the inside one. And you don't know when the turns are coming. So it's like, wow, my God, that's great. I mean, so violent rides, I think those are fun when you don't see the turns coming or you're just holding on for dear life and praying it doesn't leave the wooden track.
If you want to get beat up on a ride, I'm sticking with Six Flags Over Texas, go to Judge Roy Scream.
It beats you to death.
It was my first roller coaster I ever rode. It only went down and back and just up and down.
It doesn't go anything crazy, but it's wooden. I mean, that's why I like the original, not this rail stuff. I want the old wooden Texas Giant when I first started going.
Got to say the Titan, though, still
It's
slaps.
still pretty legit, yeah.
Ron is also back on Facebook. He asks, what would a long road trip among 5 Buffalo coaches of your choice look like? Like, who would be the driver, shotgun, etc.?
I'm always driving. Harmon's probably always shotgun, and then it's a conglomerate in the back. I mean, it's kind of whoever has leg room. But Harmon's usually in the front. I'm always driving. It's weird. I have to drive. I don't trust anybody else, and then nobody trusts me either because they're going, because they're worried about how I drive, whether. I know for sure me in the front, Kevin, me driving, Kevin in the front, obviously, because I don't know if it's motion sickness or just being grumpy.
For anyone wondering, for Buff Sports Radio, it's me driving, Philip shotgun, got Chase behind me, and we got Nate behind Philip.
Yep.
Tyson asks on Twitter, what is your biggest football hot take?
Just in general, or what's the current?
You just said, what is your biggest football hot take is all I got.
What is a hot take? I mean, just what I'm thinking about football right now.
I'd say a hot take.
I would have to have like high school football, college football.
Like an opinion that is not widely accepted, I guess, would be a hot take. Or maybe something.
Fans don't know squat. I get tired of watching.
I think that's not a hot take, but that's
I
true.
just get tired of looking at Twitter and seeing all these gurus that know how to coach and never called a play in their life except for block somebody. I'll just be honest with you. I get on Twitter after an OU game, and I'm just like, I'm not happy about the game either. But my goodness, it's not like we've called plays.
Yeah.
You called play on 3rd and 1 when there's 10 seconds on the play clock and call the right play. You know, and I remember Jerry Johnson's wife saying this. If anybody knows Jerry Johnson, he coached at Poto for a long time, won a state championship at Okema. She had somebody in the stands really getting after her husband one day, and she took it. It's a fan. He's got his right.
Yeah.
But it was fourth down, and he was shutting up. Ended up being a close game, and she said no. And probably she had some choice words to say. No, call it now. You had all the other right plays. Call it now. Talking to the fan, and he shut his mouth.
Oh, wow.
But, I think a lot of us, when we get to become fans, even me, I mean, it's easier for me to say, oh, they should have run quarterback counter here on the TV after this fact, you know, or something like that. So sometimes we as fans got to step back and say, hey, they ain't meaning to call bad plays. You know, they ain't meaning to call bad defenses. Yeah. It just ultimately happens sometimes.
I mean, we're all bad at it because here's the deal.
We can all call it after.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be. You're in the moment.
I call great plays after the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we're all really bad at it. I'm bad at it myself because I'm like, man, you want to win so bad.
It really kills me with college football on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, it just absolutely. I just go, man, I really want to. I want to reply right here, but I'm not going to.
Note to self: never talk about a coach on Twitter.
Oh, I look at it and people are going to say, oh, he's talking about himself. No, I'm talking about college football. It's terrible. If you follow some of that stuff on Twitter and college football, you're like, man, these people don't have a clue.
Right. And so why a lot of people get fired early, too, though. That's
right,
the problem.
Because of that. I mean, that has raised the expectation of coaching, you know. And I like to use Hugh Freeze a little bit as an example, you know. He's mad at his quarterback. Everybody's saying it's the quarterback's fault. Did he call an RPO? If the pass is an option, that is on Hugh Freeze, not the quarterback, because the pass is part of the play.
Right.
You know, if you don't want him to pass it, don't you tag the run and say it's a run it, and deal with it. Deal with the loss and keep the clock running.
Tyson, I hope you're happy. This is the most animated we had Coach Mazey on a
it gets me fired up watching Twitter,
Let's
man.
Go.
On a college football game.
I love it on a Thursday morning.
You need to get me on ESPN. I need to be on what's his face show, Pat McAfee. Bring me on, Pat.
We got Mad Mazey here on Thursday morning.
Bring me on, Pat.
And Steve asks, if you had an unlimited budget, what would the post-game meal be in Tulsa Friday night?
Oh, steak and lobster every day.
Any location here?
Yeah, hey, I want it. If I got unlimited funds, it's right there in front of me when I get done.
I'm
not
delivered.
Going anywhere. And I'm gonna have they're gonna fold out a table, bam, 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 and they're gonna have this. I want fold out tables, steak and lobster for everybody, a cold Diet Coke or Pepsi. Doesn't matter. It's gotta be diet. I love the aftertaste of aspartame. Don't ask me why. But I'm just telling you right now, top notch. If I had unlimited budget, right there.
Okay. Not saying, but if it were to be a loss.
Steak and lobster.
It's
unlimited budget.
Coach, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, I'm just excited for these kids getting better, man. I mean, you know, we talk about end results, what we want, what we're trying to accomplish every day, how we're going to get there. So, like I said, the kids have a plan. They're excited as anybody. Well, you go 6-4 last year. And lose some games that we feel like we should have won. So we're looking at that and kind of taking it personal that we didn't rise to our expectation. A lot of places 6-5 and first round playoffs is a good year for a lot of places, but for us it's not.
It's what you guys did, with the exception of the quarterfinals. It's what you did in 2019. It was a pretty good year.
Yeah, and you're looking at those years and going, man, that's pretty good. That's acceptable. And there's some towns that celebrate just making the playoffs. But for us, that should be the norm. And we're trying to make runs around here, and we want these kids to be successful, and we want kids to be able to come back on their class reunion in 10 and 20 years and remember the good times they had because of their hard work. And that's the ultimate goal. We want them to leave a legacy that they can come back and be proud of, and come back and watch their program after 10 years they've graduated. They can come back and really be proud of the mark they left in McAlester.
I think it's a great way to wrap it up. Thank you, Coach, for your time. Good luck tomorrow night against East Central. This has been Brandon Green along with head coach Forrest Mazey. Thank you for tuning in. And until next week, same time, same place. Don't just have a great day. Have a Buffalo day, everybody.